Coco Gauff joins Unrivaled as latest investor alongside JuJu Watkins, Staley and others. Coco Gauff is now officially an Unrivaled investor. Joining the likes of Staley, JuJu Watkins and more, the tennis star is the latest to add her name to 3-on-3 League, founded by Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart, which is set to tip off January 17 in Miami. Gauff expressed her excitement at now being an investor, saying, "I'm thrilled to be joining Unrivaled as an investor. Basketball is one of my favorite sports, and the chance to support a league that's redefining the game is exciting. I look forward to being part of this movement and continuing to help elevate women's sports to new heights." Earlier this week, TNT Sports announced their studio coverage for their inaugural season. The coverage will center on three-time WNBA champion and two-time league MVP Candace Parker, former WNBA All-Star Renee Montgomery, and host Lauren Jabara, with special appearances by four-time Olympic gold medalist and WNBA legend Lisa Leslie, as they share per-game insights and analysis, as well as post-game highlights throughout the season from TNT Studios in Atlanta. Additionally, the TNT team will be joined by a rotation of veteran reporters that include the likes of Taylor Rooks, Ali LaForce, Stephanie Reddy, and Ross Goldon-Wood. In December, it was also announced that the league will be teaming up with Under Armour for its first season. The deal sees the company as the official sponsor for the league. This means Under Armour will provide all of the on-court uniforms for Unrivaled's inaugural season. Additionally, the company will provide players, coaches, and staff with the full range of performance apparel and accessories needed for competition and training. As part of the partnership, Unrivaled and Under Armour are also committed to supporting the growth of women's basketball at every level, and together will host community events and a youth development camp powered by UA Next, Under Armour's grassroots platform, each season. Women's College Basketball Player of the Year rankings: Lauren Betts, Camel, Pierre, Tania Latson. For the past few months, we've been ranking potential Women's College Basketball Player of the Year candidates. At this point, it seems like JuJu Watkins and Hannah Hidalgo are at the front of the conversation. Yet, there are a few players who seem to be overlooked in a few ways. Let's talk about a few. Camel, Pierre, Vanderbilt. Camel, Pierre, the sophomore leader of the Vanderbilt women's basketball team, is having a fantastic season, up to 22.3 points per game, compared to her 8.9 average in her freshman season. Pierre is a force on the court. She averages 10.2 rebounds per game as well, in the 99th percentile nationwide. She also boasts defensive power, averaging 3.1 steals per game, and a 75.5 defensive rating. So what's stopping Pierre from being in the POTLE conversation? At this rate, it seems like team ranking is the factor. Vanderbilt has flirted on the edge of the top 25 all year long. It looked like they were poised to jump up at the end of non-conference play, but the SEC had different plans. Vanderbilt has lost 3 of their last 4, to Kentucky, Ole Miss, and LSU consecutively before achieving a 1-point victory over Tennessee. The team is now at 15-4 on the season, and that unranked status could be why Pierre isn't mentioned as much as other players with similar stats. Lauren Betts, UCLA. Lauren Betts has been crucial to info-own UCLA's dominance this season. The program was boosted into the top spot after beating South Carolina and ending their 43-game winning streak. They are still undefeated at 17-0 at this moment. Betts is averaging 19.7 points per game, shooting 61.7% from the field and grabs 9.9 rebounds per game. She has a defensive rating of 71.7, 99th percentile, and an offensive rating of 123.2, 98th percentile. Her 296 points this season are in the 98th percentile among players. So Betts has the stats, and her team is ranked no one in the country. Why isn't she a top candidate for Player of the Year? Well, she's definitely not low on the list, but she isn't up there with the Watkins and Hidalgos. It may be that she is just middle of the pack. Overall, her stats are great, yet she doesn't top the rankings for points per game, rebounds per game, win shares, usage rate, etc. Tania Latson, Florida State. Tania Latson has an impressive resume this season: 26.6 points per game, 4.7 rebounds, 4.2 assists, 2.7 steals, shooting 49.6% from the field and 47.6% from three-point range. 478 total points on the season. Top 10 in win shares, 121.1 offensive rating, 97th percentile. 37.6% usage rate on a 15-4 Florida State team. Florida State has been in and out of the rankings all season. They are 5th in the ACC at the moment and have recent losses to Cal and Stanford, while Latson herself is putting up impressive numbers.